Rabbit's Moonlight Race. A tale of speed, mischief, and the wisdom of the night. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the Whispering Woods, lived a swift and sprightly rabbit named Rilo. Rilo was the fastest creature in the forest, at least, that's what he believed. He would dart through the meadows, leap over fallen logs, and challenge the wind itself to races. But no matter how fast he ran, no matter how far he leaped, there was one thing he could never catch: the moon. Every night, as the silver moon rose high into the sky, Rilo would stare at it, watching as it slowly drifted from one end of the world to the other. One evening, filled with mischief and pride, Rilo thumped his foot against the soft earth and declared, "Moon, you move so slowly, I bet I could outrun you before you even reached the other side of the sky." The moon, wise and gentle, shimmered with quiet laughter. "Is that so, little rabbit?" it whispered. "Then let's race. But remember, speed is not the only way to win." Rilo's ears perked up, he wiggled his nose and grinned. "Oh, this will be easy," he thought. The race begins. That night, as the first stars began to twinkle, the race began. Rilo dashed across the open fields, his paws barely touching the ground. He zipped past the sleeping deer, the dozing owls, and even startled a family of mice with his speed. The wind whistled past his long ears, and he felt invincible. Above him the moon rose slowly, glowing softly, unhurried and peaceful. "Too slow, moon, you'll never beat me," Rilo called out as he bounded ahead. The moon simply smiled. "We shall see, little one." Through the hills and across the river Rilo raced, his heart pounding with excitement. He reached the other side of the forest and turned to look at the moon. But there it was, still shining above him, still drifting forward. "What? How can that be?" Rilo muttered. Determined, he kept running. He raced over rocky paths, through thick bushes and across golden fields. But no matter how fast he went, the moon never seemed to hurry, yet it never fell behind. Rilo's legs grew tired. His breath came in gasps. Yet the moon floated onward, never stopping, never rushing. A lesson in patience. At last Rilo stumbled to a halt by a quiet pond, his paws aching. He gazed up at the sky. The moon had reached the far edge, just as it did every night, without a single moment of hurry. The wind rustled the leaves and the moon's voice was as soft as a lullaby. "Do you see now, little rabbit? The race was never about speed." Rilo panted, his chest rising and falling. He looked at his reflection in the pond, his fur ruffled and messy. "But how did you win?" he asked. The moon's light shimmered on the water. "Because patience and steady steps will always take you where you need to go. I move with time, not against it. You raced with all your might, but I simply kept going." Rilo's ears drooped, but then he smiled. "I see now," he said. "It's not always about running the fastest. Sometimes, you just have to keep going, one step at a time." The moon winked. "Exactly." As the first light of dawn painted the sky, Rilo curled up in the soft grass, his heart full of new wisdom. From that night on, he still raced through the forest, but he also learned to pause, to breathe, and to enjoy the journey. And high above, the moon continued its gentle path, watching over the little rabbit, who had finally learned the value of patience. The end.